What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Open Table Sports Podcast, episode 24, I believe. I'm the Kid Matt Degnan. This is Dom Caps, holding it down as always. Open Table Sports Podcast, episode 24. I cannot wait to get back to the studio.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely nowhere near as fun here than it is at the studio.
I hate being on YouTube Live. We always have visual problems. There's a lawnmower right now. It's just a pain in the ass. I like being in the studio, sitting there with you guys. We can get more people down there. We could have people to interview, etc., and stuff like that. But just sitting here at my desk in my room is like, it's not that fun. I'm looking into a screen.
Yeah, definitely nowhere near as fun as just being in the studio with the mics and
recording. Yeah. It's so easy. You just pop open the laptop and you hit go live. You gotta put the description, everything. We do have a new acquisition to the Open Table Sports Crew. Micah, he was supposed to be on today, but he'll be on next week. He just has to do some stuff with his laptop to download Hangouts and all this other stuff. Then he'll be on some more podcasts. Hopefully we're going to get more daily recaps out, get more stuff posted on the Instagram. As always, if you're looking to join Sports Crew, we don't do like articles and stuff like that. We just tweet. There's so many accounts that all they do is tweet, and they have thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers. Like my Sports Update, the NFL one, he has like 155,000 followers, and he writes maybe a few articles, but that's it.
Yeah.
He mostly just tweets. You look at other just tweeting Twitters, they have like 200,000 followers and stuff like that. It's like we tweet, we have the Instagram, Facebook. We don't really, look at as much, but no one gets news from Facebook. If you do, you're a clown.
No, definitely.
But yeah, so we're gonna get right into the NBA draft recap, which happened last night. I hate the length of it. It took them basically over 5 hours to do a 2-round 60-pick draft.
Yeah.
So I was falling asleep at that point, tweeting out every single trade, who was in talks with this, what players were getting. It was just such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, just very unnecessarily long. And, when you get to the back half of it, it's just nowhere near as exciting as like the NFL draft. The NFL draft, you could stay into it for, the first, couple days. I mean, the NFL draft takes days, and you still are enticed, intrigued about it. And, they don't take as long, and they don't drag it out as much.
It's more fun. Like when the NBA guys, when they were talking about the players, it's just, they're so monotone. They're so boring about it. It's like, oh, this guy has real potential. He could shoot. It's like, they don't really give in-depth stuff. Sometimes they do. Some guys are good, but listening to Chauncey Billups talk, holy shit. I wanted to watch the NHL draft instead.
We got that one tonight. And, with the NFL draft, I mean, you got these nice, highlight compilations of these guys, in the NFL back in college, and like just great descriptions of how they are. Like, it's just so enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, and then they're comparing these guys to like Gilbert Arenas, DeMar DeRozan. Like, they're comparing them, Jalen Rose. Like, it's dumb comparisons. Jamal Murray. It's like,
yeah,
why are you comparing them to such shit players? I'm not saying they're shit players, but it's like when you're coming into the league, do you want to be compared to Gilbert Arenas? Like, I don't know. They don't give that much good insight, in my opinion. It's all over the place. The picks are coming out way too early with Woj and Shams and all them. Like, they're putting picks out that are basically 2 picks away. NFL, it'll happen maybe like 15 seconds before.
Yeah.
30 seconds, maybe a minute. But it's like, it's so anticlimactic. It's so boring. Especially when you know when the first pick is going to happen, or who the first pick is, second, third. For the first 5 picks were basically set in stone before the draft even started.
Yeah, I mean, and in the NFL draft, I mean, yeah, maybe you get the first pick, yeah, because, I mean, they got all that time to think about it. But then after that, like, there's still a couple of players, like the 49ers at 2, like, yeah, Bosa was like the favorite, but, they could have picked
Williams. And there's not as many trades in the NFL. I like when there's not as much trades. When there's too many trades, it gets confusing. And then you get that bullshit where DeAndre Hunter, he had to walk up on stage with a Lakers hat on.
Yeah. It's just
when it was traded to the Pelicans and then traded away again to the Hawks. And he's walking up there with a Lakers hat on? Like, that's so stupid.
yeah, make the kid look like an idiot when, it's not his fault. Like,
It doesn't make sense.
It's too complicated for themselves. I mean, the NBA don't even know what they don't even know how to handle it.
Like, I'm tweeting out pics, and I'm like, what the hell? And I was messing some of them up because it would say even on the screen the logo of the Magic, but it's really like the Nets pick. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's very organized in the NFL. Like, if a trade happens, they'll be like, all right, this team, like the Steelers traded their pick to the Broncos. Like, it's straightforward. And usually, like, the trades happen before the pick happens.
Whoa.
Unless, like, the Seahawks, where they sat there and then traded it while their pick was happening. But it's all very clear. It's not like this team trades this pick, but then that team that got that pick trades this pick again to another team.
And even when they do trade the picks, people are trading, like, 1 second rounder for, like, 3 of their – like, it's such dumb trades.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll trade, like, the 33rd pick for 3 future second-round picks. It's like, what the – like – yeah. I get that the 3 picks I'm sending you, you're probably not going to pick 3 players with those, but it's still like, it's so stupid.
Like with the NBA, like you don't have a big roster. Like you don't need like that many picks, unlike the NFL where more picks like you have. Like
roster. And NFL, when they do the trades, it's straight up. You're trading like the 143rd for your like 152nd and like a 7th rounder next year.
Yeah.
Like these guys are trading like they're literally trading money for picks or players.
Mm-hmm.
Players must feel like prostitutes. So we're going to get into the pick by pick. So New Orleans Pelicans, they picked Zion Williamson, no brainer there. Grizzlies picked Ja Morant at 2. At 3, the Knicks picked RJ Barrett. Some people had him listed as a shooting guard. He's not a shooting guard. I think RJ Barrett coming out of this draft might be the best player.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of potential. And I mean, he's not going to have like the focus is of Zion. I mean, Zion, they're expecting him to be the next LeBron. Like he's going to take over the NBA. RJ Barrett, like obviously he needs to have a good future. Obviously, he's the number 3 pick, but obviously, I think he's going to embrace the city, and I think he's going to go off. I think he'll be in New York for a little while.
Hopefully, I want to get his jersey, but then the Los Angeles Lakers, they picked DeAndre Hunter, but it was really the Hawks pick. The Cavaliers picked Darius Garland. I don't know why. He's a point guard from Vanderbilt, and they already have Colin Sexton. They have Matthew Dellavedova, Brandon Knight. They have so many point guards and shooting guards on that roster. I don't know. I think they should have picked Jarrett Culver, but he's more of like a shooting guard, small forward. But whatever. Then Jarrett Culver went to the Timberwolves, I believe. I don't know. This is all messed up. And then the Bulls went with point guard Kobe White. Did you see his reaction to when his friend Cam got picked?
Yeah, that was definitely.
He couldn't even fit the hat on his head because of his hair, which was funny. The Pelicans, they selected center Jackson Hayes from Texas. They graded this a C. I don't know why. Upside play. He's a rim protector, dunker. He's not a shooter. Obviously, he's a center. He's a very athletic kid. He went to Texas. Pretty good trade. Or pretty good pick. But good trade between the Pelicans and Hawks. The Wizards, they picked Rui Hachimura, power forward, small forward from Gonzaga. Everyone knows Gonzaga is my college basketball team. He probably, even at 9, he's a sleeper, I think. He's a really good player. If you go watch his stats from, this year and the past year, he's a good player.
I think just he's not a great ball handler, and his shooting's a little iffy right now. That's really his downsides. He's really going to beat you physically, I think, and he's really good on defense. So that's where he's going to get the That's where everyone's going to
his
expect him to
shooting's
be
pretty
high.
good. He's just a good scorer. Yeah, and the Hawks, they got Cameron Reddish at 10. They graded this a D.
I don't know if it's the D.
How is it at 10? Cameron Reddish is a good player.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the and Timberwolves technically the Suns. This is why I don't like this shit. They picked Cameron Johnson and then PJ Washington, Tyler Hero. After this, it just gets, I don't know. Like some of these guys are probably going to be good, but then you get some of them who probably aren't going to be that good. They're just going to be role players on a bench.
Yeah.
And then Oklahoma City Thunder, they picked Brandon Clark at 21, which was another steal. Celtics, they got Grant Williams at 22, good pick. 76ers, which was Ty Jerome. Wait, wasn't that pick made by the Knicks? I don't know.
I think it was ultimately to the Sixers.
And then they traded it to the Suns, and then the Suns traded it to the Knicks or something like that. I don't know. But it was an interesting draft.
Yeah.
Tremont Waters got selected by the Celtics at 53. He's from New Haven, which is 2 towns over. I played with him at Notre Dame and AAU and all that. So it was pretty cool to see him get drafted to the Celtics, which is actually good for his family because it's only like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
I have to drive to Boston tomorrow. I'm not feeling it. But overall, the draft was all right. I mean, it was good talent, just not like big names like it usually is.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you're talking about just the length of it. Just, it's not, I don't know, the NBA draft, like I've been saying, after the first few picks, it just loses its luster. And it just becomes a big confusing, just, you don't know what's going on.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like talking about this anymore because I don't know these guys. The picks make it so confusing. They need to change it. They need to make it once you make a trade, it needs to be finalized, like the NFL. Yeah. Because if you have someone walking up there with a Knicks hat on, and it's technically that pick has already been traded twice in the span of 10 minutes, and it's technically already a third team's pick. Dude, just make him wear a Pelicans hat or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Why does he have to wear a Knicks pick? Because it's technically not finalized. Like, just finalize it. Like, even if it's not going to get finalized, just send the kid up there in a Lakers hat. Like, what the hell? It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's so unorganized, just so stupid. Honestly, it's just not worth watching. Like, it's just such a mess. Like, you should not be confused watching it.
Yeah, of who's picking, who they're picking. Because sometimes they'll pick someone and then back off from them and then pick someone else. That happened like 5 times last night.
Yeah, no, it's like it's just a mess. There's just not much more to say than that. Like, it's just a mess.
I don't even know if I'll watch. I'll probably watch it if I'm going to be tweeting it. But if I'm not tweeting it, then I don't want to do it. But we did a good job. Well, I did a good job tweeting it last night. I did like every pick, every trade, every little move, who was in talks, etc. I was on top of it. I don't know how we didn't get over 500 followers last night, though.
Yeah, I don't know, because we had a huge rising during the NFL draft.
I know. We had like 100 followers just in that span of time. And then you look at last night, it's like we got maybe 6 followers.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I get like sometimes we tweet stuff after people, but still, it's like we cover every single sport.
Yeah.
I want to see another Twitter account that covered the NFL and NBA draft like we did.
Yeah.
Live tweeting. So, and then talk about it on a podcast a day later.
Yeah.
We're unique. We're sitting. Let me tell you how many followers we have. 487. We should have at least 1,000 by now for what we do. It's just we need to be more active. That's the thing. There was one person not drafted last night. It shook the Twitter world. Dom, who didn't get drafted last night?
Dom Caps, just
Dom Caps 11 did not get drafted, and he was banging hoops down at Woodmont Beach Park. Let me see how many views your tweet has. Over 1,000 views so far. And banging that shot down from the corner. Good handles, good footwork, good form. Banging it down in a Yankees jersey.
And still really thought I would attract the Knicks, but I don't know. I think the Knicks could use the help. I mean, I think they need a small forward since KD won't be playing next year.
They might do a sign and trade with him. So that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Why does this go Snapchatting me? So we're going to get into some more stuff. This happened last week. Mark and I talked about it on the Daily Recap last Saturday, but Dom and I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it on a major podcast. Lakers traded Anthony Davis to the Pelicans for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks. One of those first-round picks was last night's what pick was it last night? Wasn't there a pick involved from last night? I don't know, whatever. So Anthony Davis now going to be he's going to be in a Lakers uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to say about this. I think the Lakers got fleeced.
They really did. It's just I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, I worded that wrong. Pelicans traded Anthony Davis, not Lakers. I got to change that.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing this like 3 a.m. last night while I just covered this 5-hour draft for 60 picks. And getting virtually no followers from it. We didn't even get that many likes or retweets either, which I found astonishing. But the Pelicans traded Anthony Davis to the Lakers for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks. I think the Pelicans fleeced the Lakers here. I get Anthony Davis is a superstar. If you look at the past year, he's very injury-prone. He missed a lot of games. And Lakers gave up Lonzo Ball, which I think he's not that good as a scorer. I think, yeah, occasionally he could get maybe 20 points, but as Mark and I said on the podcast, he's more of like a Rajon Rondo type guard. He's a facilitator. He's a passer. He's a dribbler. He's not like a shooter. He's not a scorer. He's just there to help the offense flow better, which is what I call a facilitating guard. Brandon Ingram, a good small forward. I think he's very inconsistent, though. We've talked about this on the podcast before. I think Brandon Ingram is very inconsistent. And Josh Hart, he's a good, bench role player. And then 3 first-round picks. And the Pelicans ended up trading these first-round picks for even more picks. Here, wait. Mute yourself and then unmute yourself because I can't hear you.
Got anything now?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. And then they ended up trading. I don't know. Did you see what they made Anthony Davis into, or that tweet that someone sent out?
No, I didn't see that.
I don't know if I retweeted it or not. Hopefully I did. Yeah, Anthony Davis turned into Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, the 8th pick in 2019, 17th pick in 2019, 35th pick in 2019, LA's 2021 pick, if he's top 8, or if they're in the top 8, if not, or they're 22 pick, if not, a swap in 2023, and a first in either 24 or 25, and they got rid of Solomon Hill's contract because they ended up trading these picks for other picks as well.
Shit. This is way too much for one guy. I just don't know. I don't know. I guess the Lakers just want to win now. But after, so what happens, when LeBron goes? I mean, Anthony Davis ain't going to lead that team. The team is going to be awful surrounding them.
I said last night, if they have another bad season, Anthony Davis is not going to re-sign, and they're probably going to end up trading LeBron. I hate to say it. What are you going to do? Keep LeBron after you had a shitty season, 2 shitty seasons with him?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? You're going to keep Kuzma? Kuzma's inconsistent as well.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't shoot that well. He's shooting under 50%, and he's a 6'9" power forward. If you have a 6'9" power forward who's supposed to be considered a cornerstone of your franchise, he should be shooting around 60%. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
When you're 6'9" and considered supposed to be an all-star, I'm telling you, I'll look at Kuzma's things again. I'm dead serious. And people, that's all they have. They have no point guards. They have no shooting guards. They traded away Hart, Ingram, and Ball. Rajon Rondo's a free agent. Rondo's a free agent. Caldwell Pope is a free agent. Reggie Bullock is a free agent. Lance Stevenson is going to be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to trade Moritz Wagner, Jamario Jones, and Isaac Bogna to free up money. I don't know how much money that's going to free up, but they're trying to trade those players to make room.
Mm-hmm.
They have virtually no center because Mike Muscala is gone. JaVale McGee only signed a 1-year deal, and Tyson Chandler he got traded there, but only had a year left on his contract. Lance Stevenson's going to be a free agent. So, I mean, this team literally has nothing. They're going to have to sign tons of players.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they're going to do. And they drafted Talen Horton-Tucker, 6'4" small forward, so he's a little bit undersized. Wow, I'm older than him. He was born November 25th, 2000. I was born March 6th, 2000.
Yeah.
Man.
Old timer.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how people can see this team as a championship contender with Kuzma, who's inconsistent, LeBron, who's going to end up playing in his 17th year, and
nice.
Anthony Davis, who was injury prone last year. When you have no guards and you don't have that much cap space.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it looks good to have two guys like Davis and LeBron, but they're not going to carry a team all the way. It's just not going to happen.
Last year was LeBron's highest point average since 2009. So, I mean, he's still good, but you got to think you're adding another year onto him after he was injured a lot last year.
Yeah. He's not going to be putting up the numbers, or not the numbers, but like the time played as he did back then. I mean, he's just not.
And he had his lowest three-point shooting percentage since 2015. And then before that, he had his lowest three-point shooting percentage since 2010. And then you look at his field goal percentage, he had his lowest since 2014. And then before that, lowest since 2008. So, yeah, he averaged a lot of points, but it was because he was putting up a lot of shots. He was putting up 20 shots per game. The last time he did that was 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he was averaging 27 points. Cool. But he was Kobeing it the whole season, putting up shots like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, who puts up 20 shots in a game?
I guess when you have no other one, you have no team surrounding you.
That's what I'm saying. And he had his lowest free throw percentage, well, since 2016, but that's not that far off. And then before that, he had his lowest free throw shooting percentage since 2006.
But I mean, LeBron's never been known for his free throws. That's like the one element of his game.
74% from three free throw for his career. So, I mean,
he's definitely not locked. You know, he's not a given, hit free throws. He's not Steph Curry where you just stop. He's hitting them all. I mean,
the past 3 years, he's averaged 8.6 rebounds, and that's the highest of his career. Never in his career. Well, in 2012, he averaged 8 rebounds, but that's the only other season other than the past 3 years he's averaged 8 rebounds a game.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, cool. He had his highest, points per game since 2009, but he's putting up 20 shots a game. Last time he did that was 2009. So, I mean.
And where to get the Lakers?
Nowhere. And he only played, the last time he played 55 games was never. The lowest games he played in the season was 62 with Miami in 2011. And that's when he had, I think, that ankle injury that kept lingering throughout the season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he didn't play. You could see his play has gone down the past couple of years, 76, 77, 69, 76, 74. He played all games with the Cavaliers in 2017, but I don't know. I could see his age starting to come up, and his minutes have been going down year by year as well, ever since 2009.
Yeah.
Every year, his minutes have just gotten lower.
Mm-hmm.
Like in 2009, it was 39, then 38, 37, 37, 37, 36, 35, and then 37, and then back down to 36, and then down to 35 last year, which is still good. I mean, you're paying 35 minutes out of 48, but I just don't know how much more. I know people are probably going to comment, "Oh, you're saying LeBron's going to decline." It's like, if you look at the numbers, he technically already has been declining the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, he's been good in terms, like, obviously, but for his standards, he's been declining.
Oh, yeah.
And do you want a declining LeBron, injury-prone Anthony Davis, and an inconsistent Kyle Kuzma to lead your team to the championship with no bench and no other stars? I don't know how people think this team is going to be a championship contender.
They might be playoff team at best. Best.
It'll probably get like a lower, playoff, maybe 4 or 5 is the ceiling, but I don't see them dominating like people think they will.
Honestly, I think the West is wide open next year.
The West is going to be wide open. The East is going to be wide. It's going to be a great season, and I tweeted that out. Mm-hmm. Even Anthony Davis, he played 56 games last year. He played 75 the past 2 seasons, and then before that, he never hit over 70 games in a season played. So,
and I mean, now who knows how Anthony Davis is going to do in the big market now?
Yeah, so it's going to be different.
And Anthony Davis isn't going to be the number 1 guy anymore. Is that going to help him or hurt him?
So that'll be interesting to see. I think the Pelicans won that trade easily. Picking up all these draft picks. You pick up Lonzo Ball, which I don't think he's a good player. I don't think he's what people think he is.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. He isn't. I don't. What were the Lakers thinking? It's just.
I don't know. And then Brandon Ingram. Another thing, I think he's a good forward. I don't think he's a consistent, 30-point, 25, small forward. I think he's a good contributing small forward.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then Josh Hart, good bench role player. And then all these draft picks for Anthony Davis. So you get rid of tons of money and you only give up 1 player.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't really – and you get youth back. It's not like you're getting, Anthony Davis has been playing what? 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. So he's played 7 seasons already.
Yeah, so he's not really young.
So that's 7. So he came in. Yeah. So, and then you look at Lonzo. He's going into his 3rd year, I think. 3rd year. Mm-hmm. Brandon Ingram's going into his 4th year, I believe. And Hart's only going into his 2nd or 3rd year. And you're getting all these draft picks. So, I mean, you're getting good youth back for a player who's already played 7 seasons and has been injury prone.
And hasn't led your team anywhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm not saying the Lakers are going to win 2 games, but I'm just saying that they're not going to win like 80 games. I'm just saying they're going to be maybe like a 40-win team. It all depends on what they do with their bench. If they're going to be in deep shit if free agents start coming off the board quick.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to have no one to sign.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to sign people quick, and they're going to have to spend their money wisely. So at the same time, they're going to have to spend it quick and spend it wisely. Because if they put all their money into one player, because they don't have a lot of cap room, unless they start, shelling off trade money, but or big contracts on their roster or whatever. But they don't even have that many big contracts. That's why I think they should just end up trading Kuzma
Yeah.
and getting a guard back, because you already have LeBron and AD. So you're going to be stacked at 3, 4, and 5 with no depth, mind you, no depth there, just 3 good players and nothing behind them.
Yeah.
And then one in point guard and shooting guard, you have nothing. So you have no guards and no depth.
Kind of hard to do anything
with that.
I mean, what happens when LeBron and AD are off the court?
Yeah, what happens if LeBron has another injury? Then that team is really in shit.
Yeah.
Then what if AD's shoulder starts getting, lingering again? If one of those guys goes down, Kuzma, LeBron, or AD, their playoff chances just go straight down.
Yep.
Kuzma, not as much. I can see LeBron and AD carrying them to the playoffs by just squeaking in, but I don't see them dominating, especially once they get to the playoffs. But
yeah.
We're going to move on. Jazz acquired Mike Conley from the Grizzlies for Kyle Korver, Jay Crowder, Grayson Allen, and 2 first-round picks. I think the Grizzlies got fleeced here again.
Yeah.
You pick up Kyle Korver. I know he's older, but he could still shoot. He could still come off the bench. He could even start, too.
Mm-hmm.
You get Jay Crowder, a solid small forward who could defend. He could score a little bit. And you get Grayson Allen, a great young player with great upside, and 2 first-round picks. Even if you just give 1 or 2 first-round picks for Mike Conley, that's still enough. But you throw in a good, solid veteran and Kyle Korver, who could still produce, a good defensive contributor and Jay Crowder, who could score maybe 15 points a game in that range, and you get a good young prospect. I say prospect because he hasn't really showed that much, and Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
And you get Mike Conley, who's – let me go to his stats. So Mike Conley, who's already been in the NBA since 2007. So you're going to give all that for a guy who's been in the league over 12 years.
It's just amazing how much these teams will give up for one guy. And it's not even like a superstar. Mike Conley isn't like a top 5 player in the league.
Mike Conley right now is 32 years old, and you give up all of that for him. And a player who averaged 21 points per game last season, which was a career high. Let's see how many shots he's putting up. He put up 16 shots per game, highest in his career. And he only shot 44% from the field.
Not too good.
So he's putting up a lot of shots. And you look at, he's been injury prone. Last year he played 70 games, pretty good. Year before that, 12. Year before that, 69. Year before that, 56. Even his 3-point percentage, 36. That's pretty good. Free throw, 85, which is pretty good. I don't know. I just don't know why you're. I get he had a career high in points, but he put up a career high in shots, so it kind of evens out. You know what I mean? Like, I get if you're having a career high in points, but when you have a career high in putting up shots as well, come on, people. How are you going to argue against that?
Yeah.
And when he had his lowest shooting percentage since 2015, and then before that, his lowest since 2011. So, I mean, come on. Like, already has 12 years, and how many more years is he going to go at 32? I get Vince Carter's like 85, but come on, man. Let me look at his assists, because that's what I usually look at for guards. He had a career high in assists. Well, his highest since 2011, but still, I don't know. I just don't see much coming from Mike. I don't know. It's great. I had him on fantasy. He had a good season for fantasy, but I just can't see giving up Kyle Korver, Jay Crowder, Grayson Allen, and 2 first-round picks. Let me look at Jay Crowder. I like Jay Crowder.
Yeah, he's a good player. Definitely.
Who do you think won that trade?
Oh, the Grizzlies.
Let me look at my pal Jay Crowder over here. Where is he? Unlisted. Number 99. Well, even Jay Crowder, he averaged 12 points the past 2 years with Utah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. And he's been healthy as well. 78, 25, whatever. 57, 73, 72, 53. Oh, not 53, because technically in 2017 he played for 2 teams. So he played 80 games. No, wait. Yeah, he played 80 games in 2017 and then 80 games in 2018.
Yeah.
So he's a consistent player. He averaged 14 points per game in 2015, 14 points per game in 2016, and then in 2017 he averaged 12 points per game, and last year averaged. That's pretty good.
I mean, Grayson Allen ain't no. I don't think he's gonna be that bad either. He was pretty good, off the bench last year.
6 points per game in 11 minutes coming off the bench. Not that. I mean, he shot 37% from field goal. Holy shit.
I mean, obviously it's not that good, but I mean, he had a couple breakout games.
He had 40 points against the Clippers on April 10th.
Yeah,
that's insane. 23 points again. So he has shown flashes of
when he gets the minutes.
Yeah, when he gets the minutes, he produces, but they're only giving him on average 11 minutes per game. That's not even playing a whole quarter.
Yeah. I think it'd be a solid bench piece for Memphis.
Yeah, and then you look at, they got one more player. Where is he? Kyle Korver. Korver averaged 7 points per game, and between the two, but because he got traded between Utah and Cleveland, he averaged about 8 points per game. But the past couple years, he's averaged about 9 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Not that bad. I mean, a guy off the bench who the past couple years has only averaged about 20 minutes a game. I'll take 10 points a game from a guy averaging about 20 minutes. Wouldn't mind that, especially him shooting over 40% almost every single year in his career.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, he averaged 44% from 3.
Yeah.
That's really good. But Korver can still produce. I don't know. I just think it's such a dumb trade.
Just the amount, they trade for players in the NBA, but then, you go to the NFL, they're trading nowhere near as much for a player.
People are trading, a star player for 1 first-rounder.
Yeah.
Or, 1 first-rounder and, a third-rounder. Look at what the Giants got for just OBJ. A first-rounder, a third-rounder, and an average safety.
Yeah.
If that was in the NBA, you'd get, 4 players and, 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
It's crazy because look at what they just got for Anthony Davis. You got 3 players and 3 first-round picks. Imagine what you get for the second or third best wide receiver in the game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But next, we're going to move into LeVar Ball getting banned from ESPN. Did you see the video of him? What he said?
Yeah. Clown.
One of the girls, I think it was something, it began with a Q or something, Mia something or whatever, Mia Cork or something, I don't know, whatever it was. But she said to him, let's change gears and talk about something else. And then he said to her, you can change my gears anytime, which was obviously meant in a sexual way. And he's now been banned from ESPN and will not be on anything, social media, TV show, nothing. I don't think LeVar Ball should have been on anything. He's just a father of a player. What other father of a player have you seen get any spotlight like this? Unless that father was a former player.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just, outrageous. It's just so, he doesn't keep his mouth shut. And, he's a clown. He should have never, like you said, he should have never been on ESPN in the first place. It's just stupid.
I don't get why. I get he's a big loud mouth. He attracts people listening. I don't listen. If I see him come up on my TV, I turn it off. That's what smart people should do. If you see him come on your screen, just turn it off. He's a clown.
Yeah.
So
Complete
him
bogus.
being banned really doesn't pull my heartstrings because I can give two shits about him. I don't know why he was there in the first place. Shouldn't have been. I don't even know why we're talking about him now because he shouldn't even get this spotlight either. So next we're going to move into Chris Paul versus James Harden at UFC 241. These two have had a big clash the past couple years. They're two big egoed people. When Chris Paul got traded to the Rockets, everyone even said it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about these two going? And James Harden went to, or no, was it Chris Paul who went to the organization and said, "You pick him or me"?
I think so. And then he denied it. Then the reports came out, and then he was denying it. He said everything's all right with them too, but I'm sure that's just to try to.
Everyone's gonna say that.
Yeah.
And then the Rockets offered Chris Paul to the Knicks. Who knows what the Knicks would have given up? Probably DSJ, their fourth pick or their third pick, and like Kevin Knox. Like, no way I'm giving that up for Chris Paul. His contract and him being in the league since 1895, I'm not giving that up for Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's just
maybe 5 years ago I would have, but
now it's just not worth it.
Lakers right now have $27 million in cap space, 27.7 million in cap space. That's not that much. That's not even enough for a max spot.
Yeah,
that's enough for like two good players and one or a couple bench role players.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be signing tons of players to 1-year contracts. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, this is like a 1 year, like all in.
Like what they did last year, signing like 5 players to 1-year contracts: Beasley, Stevenson, McGee, Rondo.
And it's all looking like it could be the same result this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Chris Paul, he's way past his prime. Not many teams are going to give up anything really for him. It's going to be
still
hard.
A good player, but he's nothing to trade for.
Yeah, like it's going to be
Mike
hard.
Conley. He's still a good player, but you're not going to give up all that for him.
I don't know what the Jazz were thinking, but it's going to be hard to get Chris Paul moved. And I mean, I'm sure they don't want to play with each other anymore. So,
and there's been videos of them fighting as well.
Yeah, it isn't looking too good for the Rockets because
they've gone at it in practice. There's no way they're going to shell out Chris Paul unless you end up trading him to some dumbass team that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, like a desperate team that need like the Suns. What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Oh my god. The trades that they were making were utterly stupid, made no sense, and were just they're such clowns. I don't know what that organization is doing. Dude, they have Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Josh Jackson. 3 players who could definitely be top 10 players within the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Devin Booker's still like 12 years old, too. I think he's only like 21 or 20.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Even look at Zion. He's basically coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Alexa, how old is Zion Williamson?
Zion Williamson is 18 years old.
18.
All right, Alexa, cancel. I don't need that. You ask her one question. You was born here and there. I don't care about that. So 18. All right, Alexa, cancel. Thank you. Oh my god, like my mother. 18 years old. I'm 19. So me and you and everybody in the cream team is older than him.
Yeah.
That's insane. So he's basically coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
and if he
and then you get people trading, 2 first-round picks and 3 players for Mike Conley, who his career high he had last year was 21 points as a career high. You think he's going to do better than that in his 13th year? I'll bet money on that any day. He won't get over.
After you just gave up like all your like young talent, like it's stupid. I just don't get why these teams think, oh, we get one big guy and And Mike Conley's not even that big. Like, he's not even that big of a
That's what I'm
name.
saying. Is when your career high is 21 points and you trade all that for him, a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
I think the Jazz have a good team, though. Derek Favors, Rudy Gobert, Joe Ingles, Donovan Mitchell, and then you add Mike Conley into that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Who's your bench now? You lost Korver, you lost Crowder, you lost Allen, and then you lost 2 first-round picks. So now you have to revamp your bench. You already lost Ricky Rubio due to free agency.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to revamp your entire bench, and who knows how much cap they're going to have.
Yeah. Silly.
I think I have it here. Right now, yeah, they're not even in the top 14 in cap. Right now, I'll tell you the cap right now. Knicks are going to have $70.5 million. Sacramento's going to have $63 million. Clippers are going to have 52. Brooklyn is going to have 49. And then a huge drop here. Indiana's going to have 34.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Pelicans are going to have 30. Dallas is going to have 30. Lakers are going to have 27.7 million. Bulls are going to have 21 million. Bucks are going to have 19.5. Dude, and they already were the top team in the East. I know they lost to the Raptors, but whatever. But technically they were the top team in the East. And now they 19.5 for a team that was a 1 seed this year. Better watch out, man, because they could easily add another, maybe Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Jimmy Butler could sign for that. Who knows? And then you look at Denver. They have 17 million. They have a good team as well. Phoenix has 14 million.
Jesus.
And the Hawks have 13 million. But the Hawks are young.
Yeah.
So Utah not having enough money, and you just shelled out 3 key bench players. What are you doing? And you just made your team like so much more thin, and you don't even have 10 million in cap.
Straight, just it's just mind-boggling. Some of these GMs, what are they even thinking?
Any more makeup and they'll look like clowns. So we're gonna move into the NFL right now. Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford played with broken bones in his back last year, probably from carrying that team, or maybe he was carrying on all that money he doesn't earn.
Yeah.
So
kind of mind-boggling.
I don't know how you're a quarterback and you play with broken bones in your back.
Especially for a team that had no chance at the playoffs.
You have no chance in the playoffs. You were shit the entire season, and I don't even know why you do. I mean, I guess probably because they didn't have a backup.
Like if you're Phillip Rivers or something, or Mahomes or something, like where, if you fall down, your team goes out. I'd understand if you play through it, but with the Detroit Lions that had no shot at all throughout the whole season, like why risk your future? Like,
I don't. It's so stupid. You have no shot. Lions are not in a shot this year. They're not looking too bad. It's just their defense. Their offense looks really good.
Yeah.
Their offense looks solid. Defense does not look that great. Secondary looks pretty decent, but other than that, linebacker position is all right. I'll give them that. It's average. Secondary is pretty good, and then defensive line is woo.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them. But broken bones in the back, especially for a quarterback, why even risk basically your career for a shit season?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I guess, it shows, he's like a good leader or he's tough and everything, but it's just unnecessary. Again, like I said, if it was like Phillip Rivers or Mahomes, if he was out, that team sucked. I mean, he had to have played. I mean, it's just not worth it. And it's not even like they were in the hunt at all. Like, it wasn't like they came down like the final few weeks and they were like, oh, the Lions could make the playoffs. No, they were like written off way before that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something. Someone just texted me. Aaron Rodgers could have less freedom to audible in Matt LaFleur's offense. Now, if you guys know Aaron Rodgers, not his whole career, but basically a big chunk of his career is calling audibles at the line and changing the plays.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this one, being a Giants fan? Not that the Giants have beef with the Packers, but you're both in the NFC. They've been top dogs in the NFC most of the time. And Aaron Rodgers is basically, one of the key veterans in the NFL, just like Eli.
It's just another change for Aaron Rodgers that he's not used to. It might take a little while for him to get used to it. It's kind of like how in 2016 Eli had to change, or the 2015 the Giants changed their whole offense, and it took Eli a year or two, and he got into the hang of things, but then his whole team fell apart. With the Packers, the Packers haven't done anything good in the last couple of years anyway, so they needed a change.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing the same things if it's not working. You got to do something different.
That it's going to be interesting to see what he can and can't do in that offense next year. Hopefully, he does have the freedom, because it's so fun watching him just control every little thing on the offensive line.
Yeah. No,
but
quarterback deserves the freedom. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is going to find a way to audible. When he's on the field, he controls what happens. So,
yeah, what are they going to do? Trade him?
Hey, if it's the NBA, they get a whole NBA roster for him.
You never know. If they have another bad season, who knows?
Yeah, I feel like Rodgers is one of those ones that won't be afraid to leave or want out.
I'm trying to think of where they would trade him. I feel like we're idiots right now talking about the Packers trading Aaron Rodgers, but I'm trying to think of where. Maybe the Dolphins.
Dolphins. They weren't afraid to move people. And what other teams don't have I'm trying to think. Maybe the Broncos,
49ers,
the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson doesn't, if he goes out there and tears his knee to shreds.
Steelers have always been that team to. So
yeah.
Maybe the Titans. Titans have been weird. I don't know, but I'm trying to think. Maybe the Cowboys. Oh man. But we're gonna get into our halftime viewer mail. We have one question today. We didn't get many more. Guys, if you see our tweet about the halftime viewer mail, just send in a question. It could be something stupid. We don't care. As long as it relates to sports, we'll answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the Red Sox have a bounce back second half and make a run at the division? This is from Nick in Quincy, Massachusetts. Pass this one over to you.
I think they're going to be there at the end. I still think the Red Sox will get a wild card. Whether they make the division close, time will tell. Because right now, the Yankees are taking that division. They're beating the division. Their only losing record is to the Blue Jays, but they've only played one series with them. But they've handled the Red Sox pretty easily so far this year. So I think it'd be kind of hard for the Red Sox to catch up to the Yankees, because I don't see the Yankees having a tough stretch down the road. They're getting healthy now, and then only adding Severino and Jordan Montgomery and Dylan Betances. The team only gets better. The Red Sox don't have much upswing. They're not getting any players really back.
Pitching has just been atrocious all over the board. Even the offense. Offense is having some of its flashes and stuff like that, but pitching has just been not good.
Look at that 17-inning game against the Twins.
Yeah, it's good.
Pitching blew it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a clown show there in Boston. I don't think they can make a second half run. Unless they upgrade the pitching, I don't think they can. There's only so much your offense can do in terms of production. I think it's easier to give up 5 runs than score 5 runs, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, because you send one bad pitcher out there, and then it's 5 runs like that, in a snap.
But you can't send one good pitcher or good batter up and score 5 runs. So it's you can put one good batter up there and score 1 run, but if you put one bad pitcher out there, I get he can give up 1 home run, but you're going to take him out and go even deeper into your shitty bullpen?
Yeah.
No. So that's it. I don't think they can. Or I don't think they will, but I think they can.
Yeah, they definitely have the potential to, but will they I don't think they're going to make a run at the division. I think they'll be in the wild card game.
Yeah, I think they could make a run at the wild card. Just because the AL is so bad after like the top teams.
Like honestly, it could be Rays and Red Sox in the wild card game at this rate.
Rangers are surprising as well.
Yeah,
maybe the Indians make a little bit of a run, but as we said in the MLB podcast, now months ago, holy shit,
yeah,
months ago, it was in March. We did that in March, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So I said that the only problem for the Indians is their outfield, and their outfield's only hitting like 237 right now.
Yeah.
So I know. Next, we're going to get into the quick pitch. Things go a little bit quicker now. Yankees acquired first baseman / DH Edwin Encarnacion in exchange for pitcher Juan Then. He's had 2 home runs in his first 2 games, I believe.
Yeah, very good. I think it was like 2 in his first 3 or 4. I know
like
the first game he went like 0 for 4, but other than that, he's just a good addition.
He's going to be masher.
Yeah, just another power hitter and more depth for the Yankees. And for who? Juan Then?
Yeah, some 19-year-old pitching prospect, basically, who might not even see the light of day in the MLB.
And the Yankees originally got him from Seattle.
Mariners. Yeah.
So
interesting. Astros and Rockies had interest in Edwin Encarnacion before the Yankees got him. That would have been a good pickup for the Astros. I don't know why the Rockies had interest. They suck.
Yeah.
The Yankees activated Aaron Judge today, and they activated Giancarlo Stanton earlier in the week. Yankees released right-handed pitcher Danny Farquhar. Yankees have been in contact with multiple teams about starting pitching. We tweeted about it earlier, but we don't get any likes or retweets because no one believes us.
Yeah.
Orioles DFA'd right-handed pitcher Dan Straley.
Oh, man.
Right-handed pitcher Cody Allen is drawing interest from around a dozen teams. Marlins DFA'd utility man Peter O'Brien. Rangers DFA'd left-handed pitcher Drew Smyly. And if you don't know what DFA means, it means designated for assignment, which basically means you're about to be released, so get ready. Dodgers starting pitcher Rich Hill has a flexor tendon strain. Wow, that's flexor tendon strain. You say that 5 times quick. Say it.
Flexor tendon strain, flexor tendon strain, flexor tendon strain, flexor tendon strain, flexor tendon strain. Jeez.
And will be out for over a month. Royals released right-handed pitcher Drew Storen. Brewers released utility man Brett Lowry. Red Sox signed utility man Chris Owings. Ooh. Royals won't move Whit Merrifield unless they are blown away by an offer. The Angels activated outfielder Justin Upton. Mets starting pitcher Zach Wheeler is gaining a lot of trade interest. Yankees have high interest in him, but the Mets are going to ask for some crazy price. They're going to want Clint Frazier, and I guarantee you the Mets are going to be like, we'll take Clint Frazier straight up for Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, but
Yankees don't want to give up Clint Frazier for just a rental.
Yeah, no,
you know why they probably don't want to do that? Because they know Brett Gardner is going to be done. Because they signed him to a 1-year, $9 million contract. Brett Gardner, $8 million, 7 something around there. Yeah, it was 8, and he might retire after this season. So they probably thinking that next year they're probably just going to run with Hicks, Stanton, Judge, and Frazier.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think they trade Frazier, because I think once Gardner is done, Frazier will be the everyday left, Hicks in center, Judge in right, and then Stanton as a rotational, and then our DH.
Yeah.
And then you got Voit, and then Torres, and then Didi's going to be a free agent, depending on what happens with him. I think he walks because we're going to have Torres and LeMahieu. I think we just move Torres over to short. LeMahieu takes over everyday second base, and Duhar comes back everyday third, and that's your infield for next year as well.
Yeah.
So,
and if the Royals really want to be blown away by an offer, I think they should start talking to some NBA franchises. I think they'll get some crazy
5
offers.
First-round picks, 3 players, an arena, and a car.
Whit Merrifield.
The Padres would need a huge offer to move closing pitcher Kirby Yates. We're going to go to the NHL. I'll pass this one over to you, Dom.
All right. Yeah, so the Flyers, they signed right wing right winger Kevin Hayes to a 7-year, $50 million contract. Not bad, and he's getting up there in age, but 7 years, that'll probably run his career. And then you got the Sharks. They re-signed defender Erik Karlsson to an 8-year, $88 million contract. I think he deserved that one. I mean, he's been a household name there for a while. The Capitals, they acquired defenseman Radko Gudas from the Flyers for defenseman Matt Niskanen. The Ducks hired Dallas Eakins as the new head coach. And the Rangers, they acquired Jacob Trouba from the Jets for defenseman Neil Pionk and the 20th pick in this year's draft.
How do you feel about that one?
I think it's a good trade. Neil Pionk wasn't really cutting it. He's got a funny name, but it wasn't cutting it. And the 20th pick, I mean, that's not a loss because we have the second pick, and the Rangers are most likely going to pick Capo Caco tonight. And Jacob Trouba, he has a lot of talent, he's pretty talented, just inconsistent right now. So if he can,
is the draft going to be televised?
I can't tell you that.
I might want to watch it.
Yeah.
If it's on the NHL Network, I don't get that. I don't know why. Oh my God, my TV turned on again. This always happens.
Yeah.
People who have seen the past podcasts, they know my TV turns on randomly because it's voice activated. Pisses me off, and sometimes Alexa will go off. Alexa, cancel. Oh my God. I feel like I'm living in a fantasy world.
So yeah,
go ahead.
The Ducks, they bought out Corey Perry, and yesterday came out Lightning winger Ryan Callahan is going to be most likely to be forced to retire after being diagnosed with a degenerative back disease.
Wow.
So, and they were talking about trading him, but now he's not going to be traded. Obviously, he's going to have to retire.
The retirement home.
Yeah. See, I think, I don't know, the Jazz might give him, they might trade for him. But, we go into the other. Gary Woodland, he won the 2019 U.S. Open, his first career major. I think it was like the oldest ever to win his first major. I think he's like 34. And then Juan Martín del Potro fractured his knee. He's going to undergo surgery again. This could be career-ending for him. And Andy Murray, after getting hip surgery in January, expects to play doubles at Wimbledon.
Wow. Kawhi Leonard will likely take free agency meetings with the Raptors, Clippers, Knicks, Sixers, and Nets. Lakers have strong interest in D'Angelo Russell and plan on having a face-to-face meeting with him this offseason. Al Horford is no longer considering signing a 3-year deal with the Celtics and will look to sign a 4-year deal with another team. Mavericks, Lakers, and Clippers could all be potential suitors for Al Horford. Rockets will aggressively pursue Jimmy Butler this offseason. Wizards plan on offering Bradley Beal a 3-year, $111 million contract extension in July. Wow, he's not worth that. Lakers are trying to expand the Anthony Davis trade to July 6th by offering up contracts of Mo Wagner, Isaac Bonga, and Jamario Jones to other teams to open up a max slot. Yeah, because those guys acquire real money. Kevin Love has been involved in trade talks, but it's hard to find the right deal for him. Cavaliers are also putting up J.R. Smith for trade as well. Maybe they put them in the same trade. Actually, I wouldn't mind if the Knicks made that trade.
Yeah.
If they don't give up anyone big. If they just give up, Noah Vonleh and Mario Zonja and Frank Ntilikina, and we pick up J.R. Smith and Kevin Love.
That wouldn't be a bad
Kevin
trade.
Love's a good player, and J.R. Smith is a scrub, but he could just come off the bench.
Yeah. And he's played for New York before, so.
Yeah. Celtics have had little, if any, communication with Kyrie Irving in the last few weeks. Lakers still hope to chase max players such as Kawhi Leonard, Kemba Walker, and Jimmy Butler, but they are also discussing players in the $10 million range. Kyrie Irving is focused on Brooklyn, and Boston is losing the grip on Kyrie. There's been talks of Kyrie not signing with the Nets because Durant might not go there. If I'm Kyrie, I am not going to the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
If Irving does go to the Nets, I would just retire already. LaMelo Ball confirmed he will play in the Australian Basketball League next season. Klay Thompson's father said there is no question that Klay re-signs with the Warriors. The Warriors plan on offering both Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson 5-year max contracts this offseason. As I said before, Kevin Durant might be a sign-in trade for the Warriors. Lakers and Celtics are potential landing spots for Magic center Nikola Vucevic. I like that name.
Yeah.
The Suns acquired Aaron Baines from the Celtics during the draft. The Pacers acquired forward TJ Warren during the draft from the Suns. Pistons acquired Tony Snell and the 30th pick from the Bucks for John Lure. Timberwolves are actively shopping small forward Andrew Wiggins. Thunder have made Andre Robertson, Dennis Schroeder, and Steven Adams available for trade. Pelicans have high interest in trading for Bradley Beal. Nuggets reportedly considered trading for Anthony Davis, but were unwilling to part with Jamal Murray. People in Kawhi Leonard's camp see the Knicks as a possible landing spot for him. Josh McCown retired from the NFL. Cowboys tight end Rico Gathers was suspended for 1 game for violating the league's substance abuse policy. Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas wants around $22 million per year, and Rams running back Todd Gurley has arthritis in his knee. That is it for the Open Table Sports podcast. I think we went almost exactly an hour.
Yeah, pretty close.
Perfect. Yeah. That was good. I like the flow of that.
Yeah.
But that's it for episode 24 of the Open Table Sports podcast, brought to you by Boost Oxygen. Go like and retweet what we put out there from Boost Oxygen. Go follow them as well. Some big stuff coming from them in the future as well. Again, if you're looking to join anything that involves sports, let us know, DM us, etc. We're looking for people to run the Instagram or the Twitter. It's pretty simple. You just tweet stuff or you just post stuff on the Instagram. It's really not that hard. You get to join the podcast. If you live near us, or even if you don't, you can work events for us. And you just post on our Twitter what you're doing and videos and pictures. And that's pretty much it. We want more people for the podcast as well to put out as much content as we can. But that's it for today. Any questions or concerns, you can DM me at Degnan_Matt or DomCaps11. That's it for today. Follow Open Table Sports, just Open Table Sports, nothing else. That's it. Thank you for listening, everyone. We will see you next Friday. Hopefully we get some daily recaps in there. Bye-bye.